I hope you're ready for a full day of fun stuff. And by that I mean taking care of crap. It's Saturday. I think today's the 4th. Maybe it's the 5th. I don't know. I do know it's Saturday. It's like 7:45, 8 o'clock, and I've got to do some weed eating because we've got a guy coming out to look where the awning got ripped off the house and give me a quote and everything for that, and then to verify that the porch and stuff's still stable. We decided not to put the awning back up. We're still going to talk to a lawyer and stuff like that because it wasn't put up correctly. But I haven't been able to weed eat in like 4 weeks because I have just enough time to mow, and then plus our weed eaters has a saw blade on it right now, and I've got to put the string on it. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this bad boy off, and we're going to put this guy back on so that we can weed eat. So it shouldn't be too difficult. It's just a matter of taking one of the bolts out of the bottom here, pull the blade off, that whole housing compartment slides up, just slides in, the bolt tightens, and then we're good to go. But that's where we're at now. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then we're going to go do some weed eating. But like I said, this saw blade will cut through like up to 3 or 4 inch trees just all the way through, and if nothing else, it'll at least get you halfway through a 6-incher, and you can push that joker over the rest of the way. If you have a lot of land, and you have a lot of land that grows up with trees and stuff like that, one of these, it's called a Briggs & Stratton 725 EXI series. They're really awesome as a weed eater, a push weed eater, because then you're not hunched over holding a normal weed eater. You're just pushing this around like a push mower. It gets real close. You can even buy a grate for it, so like if you don't want to like cut into your house or your trees or anything like that, it provides a barrier so it doesn't get too close. I mean, you can still do it without the grate, which is what I'm gonna do, but we're gonna eventually order the grate for it. But the saw blade is pretty awesome too. Anyways, let's get this done. Alright, so in order to get this off, there's a hole in here. You have to slide a screwdriver. You have to line the hole it right. Slide the screwdriver in so the blade won't turn while you're taking it off. Then it's just a 15 millimeter socket, and it should come loose. Alright, string contraption's back on. The hardest part was finding a screwdriver that fit in this hole perfectly, but honestly, 15 millimeter, all I had to do was loosen this, and then, show you over here. And then that bottom plate, once you loosen the bolt, you just unscrewed that plate and the whole thing came off. Make sure you don't lose this though, because it's the spacer. Whereas like this, you have multiple options on how high you want your string, so it doesn't need a spacer. That has to have a spacer to stabilize it against the top, so just make sure you don't lose it. I'm going to put all this back in the box so that we have it for later. Because we're going to keep these together, I left myself a little note for next time, so I don't have to go digging around trying to find the right size. Well, today did not go as planned. I got the weed eater part back on the string, and then got it down here, got it cranked. It ran about a minute and a half, and the belt came off, so I had to completely pull it apart, put the belt back on and get that back on, and then I was able to do a little over half of everything I needed to get done. And then while I was putting the belt on, Kristen and Jordan got the hand weed eaters and did the part. We were waiting on a guy to come today. We were waiting on a guy to come today to look at the front side of the house where some siding and stuff fell off, or well, it was ripped off with the awning, but he never showed. And then I pulled the top of Kristen's engine off to see about getting the spark plugs out, and there's water in the oil, which means there's probably a head gasket that's busted or who knows what. But I wasn't able to get the spark plugs out because the extender for my socket wrench It wasn't mine, it's my grandfather's, and it was in his shed, and I guess somebody used it and broke it and then put it back instead of letting somebody know that it was broken. So I didn't get those out, and then with the water being in the oil, there's really no sense in me doing much beyond that, because it's got to go to a mechanic. That's beyond my expertise. So I don't know, just it seems like it's something every weekend. So I have to decide if we're gonna send it into the shop and get it fixed, or go see about getting a new car, or a used car, whatever. I don't know, it just sucks because it was $900 and now it's a yard ornament. So I mean, I can sell it back to a junkyard, probably get $200 out of it if I'm lucky, but I don't know, I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet. It's been a rough day. Anyways, just kind of hung out. I've been trying to catch up on some TV shows that I haven't watched in a while. So I've been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the most recent season. I think it's 4. It's on Netflix. I think I'm up to episode 8 maybe. Or I may have just finished 8. It's a really good season. I like this season because it introduces Ghost Rider. I'm a big fan of the Ghost Rider comics and the Ghost Rider story, and I really like what they're doing with this one. So it's been pretty cool. It's cool to see him with a Dodge Charger instead of a motorcycle. So, but they do some of the standard like chain on fire and stuff like that. So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a pretty good show. If you haven't watched it, it's pretty decent show. So, but I'm signing out for now. I'm probably gonna edit this and go to bed, or who knows what. I don't know. Here's to a better tomorrow. Till tomorrow.